guys, how's it going? Dennis here from PipsMatter.com. Now, this week so far has started out pretty rough in terms of the markets. We did make some really good pips so far, but this video is about something else. It is about a setup that has yielded me and many other people in my trading room thousands of dollars in return and tens of thousands of pips so far. So, the idea is market contractions. The market contracts when going down and then bounces up to the upside, just like you guys could have seen on that Euro USD trade that we reaped last week this time. Now, in this video, you're going to learn two things. The first thing is education. You're going to learn how to spot these patterns and how they work. The second thing is a really lucrative trade idea that I've got on New Zealand pairs, more specifically Euro NZD and GBP NZD. So that's pretty much it. We're going to head on into the charts right now. But before I let you go, I need to tell you about a special promotion we're running right now. The promotion is basic. We've changed our pricing module so you guys can actually, well, save more money when doing business with us. We've moved from a monthly plan of 47 bucks per month to a quarterly plan of euros per month. So that's 25 euros per month, and you get access to the community. Now, the community doesn't only give you trading ideas, trade alerts. It also provides a lot of guidance and a lot of education. You make sure to take this offer because right now, till the 25th of December, you can get it for 30% less. That's like 50-something euros. Anyway, let's go straight into the charts, and I'm going to show you what's up. All right, so we are looking at the chart of GBP NZD, and we're looking at the daily chart. Now, before I go into this lesson and explain to you guys exactly how you want to trade these contractions, the main thing I want to tell you about all of this is that you need to keep your charts clean. Okay? You just need to have them clean. And if you look into the past, you'll understand that contractions work very, very well, especially at key trading levels. For example, here, check this out. So there was a nice little contraction right there, triangle, blah, 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 wedge. I just call them contractions just to keep it simple. And then boom, we have a breakout. And if I go back in time, I can keep finding these contractions, and you'll always find them. And especially on the daily chart, they work really well. And boom, another breakout. And you can always find them. Now, this is the 13-day EMA. You can see it right here, 13-day EMA. It's a very good indicator to continue selling on trends. So we had the breakout here, and then we went right back up, and we came right to the support, this black level, the support level, and that's where the 13-day EMA was, and that's where I would add on to my sell. And then once again, comes right up here, and then goes back down. But now we're having a contraction. What's very important for you to note is this. You see here, the news happening today, my time, at 9:15 p.m., which is a good hour for me to trade. We have a testimony before the Finance and Expenditure Select Committee. This is done by Governor Adrian Orr of the Royal Bank of New Zealand. It's sure to provide volatility, and as you can see this here, this contraction happening, I really think that there is going to be a decent move. Now, more important to this, we also have free lower lows. Let me find them. Boom. So we've got one here, another one right there, and then finally we are creating this one here. Okay? So what I believe is that we could move higher. Now, that doesn't guarantee that we will see a move, but there are good to great chances that something big is going to happen, and we can go boom right out of this 13 EMA and head back towards this level here. Now, that's a big move. That's a big move. And I'm going to be entering this trade. My stop loss would be right under this level here. And let me show you this on the 4-hour chart actually. I'm not getting in yet. I'll tell you when I get in. So we go over to the 4-hour chart. I would not get into this trade now, but my stop loss would have to be right below this low here. So if we look at the risk-reward ratio on this one, 3.4, so that's a 3.53 risk-reward ratio, positive 3.5, which is really good. But I would not get into this yet. I'm still waiting for possibility of price action moving lower, and that's when I'm going to get in. And the place that I'm looking to get in is, let me show you like this area here. So anywhere from here to here, boom. Okay? Now what am I basing this on? I'm basing this on these previous lows here. Okay, hopefully price can move lower, and if it comes down here, that's where I'm going to get in. And then my stop loss can be even lower, and guess what? My take profit can be even higher. So now my risk reward ratio is significantly increased to 4.78. That's a really good risk reward ratio. Does it mean it's going to happen? Absolutely not. So we're reactive traders here. Price action moves, we react, we create, and so forth. So let's go over now to Euro NZD. And what I'm trying to show you here on the daily, let's go on the daily. We've released this already here, and I said that the fake out is forming. So we had the low here, another low here, we had the support, we broke out of it, and then we formed this contraction. See this contraction here? And I said fake out forming. And now price action is going higher. Now I expect Euro NZD to start trending higher because the Euro is moving up already. So what we want to see and what we want to try and work out here, obviously we're not going to take all the trades, but since we're reacting to the market moving, we want to kind of map out what could be happening. Where is our entry level? How? Why are we going to get in? You see that for the last 8 hours price has gone up. I think it's too soon to get into this trade, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer because this is for me more of a news trade. And finally the last one is NZD USD. NZD USD, we have another contraction here, a possibility of a contraction. Let me show you on the daily. So we have, sorry about that, we have the tops here, we have the tops right here, and then we have the possibility of bottoms. Okay, but let's do it like this. So price action gapped out here, so we're going to ignore the gap and I'm going to do this. Okay, we're going to get the bottom of this level here. Let's zoom in so we can see this better. Okay, now what we could do is either this, what I just did, or this and target the stop here. So I'm not sure about NZD USD because it still could be going higher. We're still we're right at the 13-day EMA, which is my trend indicator in movement. So on breakouts, I look to enter more onto these trades. So I think that NZD USD could move higher throughout the day, because if we go over the US dollar, we can see possibilities of weakness. So this is one that I'm not going to touch. But GBP, NZD looks really, really, really good because the GBP got its ass kicked yesterday. Brexit stuff got postponed and blah, blah, blah. But I think that this is a good trade. Anyway, let me explain further about this in a face video. All right. So I'm going to use a pen and a paper to show you this in the best way I can. The market's moving down, and you have your little trend lines, and you can draw them in however you want. Now, when market comes to a specific area such as here, what it's going to do before it continues or makes its reversal like WTI is doing right now, or gold if you check out the 1 hour or 4 hour charts, is it's going to start creating this little contraction, which you can create a little triangle or wedge or whatever. Now, normally this indicates, and not normally, always it indicates a bigger move. How big? We don't know, because we need to understand what are we trading. Are we trading the 1 day chart? Are we trading the 4 hour chart? Or are we trading the 1 hour chart? You need to understand where you are, because normally what happens is when this contraction gets created, and you can create your little triangle in it, what you need to understand is you have to get this the top and the bottom, and you need to draw out your percentages. You start with a 50%, 61%. Well, these are the main ones that I always target, and then you have the 100%, which is up here. So generally, if I would be trading a breakout on this, I'd target first these two levels as day trading, and then as a swing, you would target the 100. But because we are reactive traders, what you guys need to understand is that the market can come here and then make a retest of this specific zone before it continues higher or continues lower. Now I try to do this by drawing all of this down for you. I'm going to use charts, and my new course is going to provide all of this information exactly how I trade. So it's going to be a complete guide to mastering the PipsMatter strategy, and exactly how I trade. All of it will be inside this specific beautiful little course. You just need to understand that the markets contract and you want to create. That's what we trade. That's all I like to trade. Contractions, boom, market goes out. Contraction to the upside, market creates a triangle. Boom, 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 goes down or continues higher. You need to understand that there is no such a thing as 100%. Doesn't exist. There will never be a time where a specific pattern or move will work 100% of the time. That's never going to happen. So that's why we use risk management. And there are only two rules when it comes to risk management. Rule number one, protect what you have. Rule number two, grow what you have. That's it. Weekly consistent profits. I'd rather make consistently 5 to 10%, 2%, 3%, 1%, depending on your capital, than have huge bounces in my rewards, because that means these huge bounces can lead to huge crashes too, and that's one thing that you don't want. But anyway, contractions is the way, and that's what we like to trade here at PipsMatter, and they work very well. As you can see here, this is a nice little contraction on Euro NZD's 4-hour chart. Now I want to show you what I mean by the move. This is the 100% of the move. We're going to go all the way back down here, and you're going to understand that price came right to the 60% level right there. Didn't come to the 100. It can't come to the 100 as a swing trade, but as a day trade, it can easily reach that level, because let's measure how long it took in terms of time to reach this specific level. Okay, so here it is. So it breaks out here, and it reaches the 61 in 1 day and 16 hours. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good reward. I mean, it doesn't take too long to reach. But the thing is, it reached the 50% mark. Check this out. The 50% mark was reached even sooner. So it breaks out, and the 50% mark is reached in 16 hours. See that? And then the 61 is reached the next day. And it goes a bit higher than the 61. But that's the basic idea.